My experience with peer coaching actually has been phenomenal. After being in this room, I've always loved to help others, and I've always loved to assist students become better people. But to look at it on a larger scale, knowing that I'm helping teachers to help their students as well as help my students and myself, has been awesome. The professional development that I've received, the people that I've met going to trainings, and just the overall well-being as far as the shift of accountability and being a better teacher. I've just learned so much from being a peer coach.
This school year I had the opportunity to do peer coaching on a full-time basis. So I was fortunate enough to be able to work with teachers for a 2 to 3 day period, and I would spend the entire 2 to 3 day period with them, not just one period out of the day. In order to make that happen, we would have to meet maybe 2 or 3 days before we were ready to work together. I would ask the teacher what is their plan for those 2 to 3 days, what's the objective they want to meet, what are some possible materials they want to use, what do they want to accomplish overall.
Well, peer coaching at the Dayton Early College Academy encompasses 3 things that we do. It includes the Common Instructional Framework, it includes the rounds model, which is when we go around and observe teachers by content or cohort, and it also involves the peer coaching model, which is when we take a day, we do pre-observations and pre-planning, we then go into the classroom and we basically, either co-teach with the teacher or we model a lesson for the teacher, and then we debrief with a post-observation. And then usually we try to peer coach 2 or 3 days with a particular teacher, just so that they can get the insight of what we're trying to get them to understand, or if they have questions for us. It's not, that we come in and then we leave that day. We try to make it a 2 or 3 day session for them.
The Common Instructional Framework is a broad overview of different strategies that are used throughout the building. And those 6 common instructional strategies consist of classroom talk, collaborative group work, literacy groups, scaffolding, questioning, and writing to learn. In addition to those 6 broad strategies, we've also introduced to our staff specific activities that align with those broad strategies. So we have a protocol book that has about 19 different specific activities within that book that align with the Common Instructional Framework. They're built around collaborative group work. It's built around classroom talk and using writing to learn.
I think 2 things that it takes to be effective. The first thing, the culture. I think that everyone has to be open and willing to take on this task. I think initially people think that they're left vulnerable, but they're not. It's a support system. It's what we're here to do, to help coach and support. And also a trust factor. There has to be something there in order for us to be able to be effective coaches. We have an open door policy. A lot of our teachers feel like, please, when can you come in and assist us? And we're like, is there any help that you need? It's not an evaluation. It's not something that's subjective. It's there to basically promote and create and maintain efficacy amongst the teachers and each other, and also collegiality as well.
I guess some of the things that I was surprised by was that all of our teachers were willing to take this on. I never had anybody who was resistant to it. I actually had a lot of teachers saying, hey, when are we going to get together? When are we going to do this? And I guess some other things that kind of surprised me too is that when the teacher and I would plan together, if that plan didn't work out the way we wanted to, we would take some time to problem solve how to make the activity or implement the strategy better, because ultimately the result is, it's not about the teacher, it's really about student learning.
One thing that I will say, being that Race to the Top is one of our big funding projects that are going on with this state, a lot of what we do with our peer coaching model is something that can be utilized in Race to the Top and also can count as professional development. And so when trying to get people to buy into the model, this isn't something extra that you do. It's actually things that you already do in the classroom. It just only enhances those things.
Before coming to DECA, I was in college getting my master's, and I read about what good teachers do. And then I came to DECA, and I was empowered through the faculty and through the peer coaching model to do what I was reading about. So given that opportunity to do anything that we wanted in terms of teaching and in and out of the classroom, all of the strategies that we've gone through, and in that fostered environment that the peer coaching did, it enables us to reach our full potential as educators.